Yo, bro, you know what I just realized? We
What's up?
both got the throwback jerseys.
Yeah, except yours is the actually legit official.
Yo, you know what's crazy, though? Look at this. The fucking size.
It says XL.
This is the Youth XL.
Okay.
Youth XL, right? I bought it at the Heat Stadium, right? So the adult small, which is the equivalent of Youth XL, same size as...
Just different.
Yeah, the adult small is $120. The Youth XL is $70.
Are you serious?
Winning, bro. You know what's funny is I bought it on accident. I was looking for the adult small, and when I tried it on, I just grabbed it, and I look at the price, and I'm like, yo, why is this? And then my girlfriend's sister goes, yo, I think it's on sale. And we walked out of there thinking it was on sale, and it wasn't until like a couple days later
you put the pieces
where
together?
I looked online for the jerseys, and I'm like, yo, why is the Youth XL a different price? And then I was like, oh my God, I bought the Youth XL, which dope because it worked out. What I don't like though is when these jerseys first released, the merchandise, the
Hideous.
the logos, or what do they call it?
The
Sponsors patches?
Yeah, endorsements.
Yo, they weren't kidding when they said it was a patch. This shit is literally stitched on. They couldn't just heat press it.
Bro, my whole thing is, why is it on the freaking merchandise? That is just money hungry, bro.
Originally, they said they weren't going to put it on merchandise. Only on the ones the players wore on the court. They fucking lied.
Now, don't get me wrong. Some of the endorsements look decent, like the one for Cleveland, the Goodyear thing. It matches. It goes with the city. But, like, for example, this
looks bad.
Terrible.
I like that they at least did the black on black because a lot of teams are doing it, like, off color.
Yeah, but it's just, like, there's no symbol to words.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways,
guys, welcome to Rhinos and Aliens After Dark. This is Monday, April
18th? No, 16th.
16th.
Yep.
Just so you guys know, we're recording right before the third day of the NBA playoffs, where tonight the Miami Heat are visiting the Philadelphia 76ers, and then after that, the San Antonio Spurs are visiting the Golden State Warriors. If you haven't been keeping up, as we're going to inform you guys, both of those first games were blowouts.
We're going to talk about all the games so far. We're going to talk about the best players of each game and our predictions of how these series will turn out.
Yes, but before that, if you guys want to chat with us on Facebook, go hit us up there. If you guys want to tweet at us on Twitter, we have a Twitter. And
if you tweet at us on Instagram too.
And if you want to follow us on Instagram, we also have a up-and-coming Instagram. And like always, you could watch this video on YouTube, or if you want to show extra support, we're on Patreon as well. But like always, as of late, we have, to my right,
Sebastian Heat 7 Dragic.
And to his left,
my left,
we have Francis Mondrala.
Bryant.
8 Bryant. The classic 8, you know, it's been a while. Okay, so today, as Sebastian said, we're going to discuss and dissect the first 2 days, or the overall first game of the playoffs, and we're going to give our opinions and predictions for the future. Okay, bro, which game do you want to start off with? But before we start with that, I want to mention one quick thing, right? Mm-hmm. The 76ers have the longest winning streak entering the playoffs, 16. They won game 1, as we're going to get into, so it's now 17.
Yeah.
You have to give them props.
We will do that.
But to point out to a fair argument,
I'm biased.
Totally
unbiased.
No, I was going to say
unbiased.
Most of those teams were bad, mediocre teams. Now they got the victories, but we should also mention that it's not as impressive as if like half of these games were against playoff teams.
Yeah, from entering the playoffs, they had won 16 in a row. 13 were against sub 500, most of them lottery teams. When they played the Cavs, arguably the best team they played, they blew a 30-point lead. They ended up winning the game, but they blew a 30-point lead. But, we'll see. Yeah,
that's the game LeBron had that impressive triple-double with like the 40 points or something.
Yeah, him and Simmons had
yes, that is right.
Triple-doubles against each other.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so how do you want to do this? Do you want to go Saturday and Sunday, or do you want to go East and West?
We can go, you know what?
Because I have it Saturday, Sunday, right?
Yeah, there. I had them in. Well, for mine on my app, I put the Heat as my favorite team, so it always gives me that their game first.
Okay.
But let's do it in order of which they played. So it was the Wizards played first. No, the Spurs played first, then the Wizards, then the Heat game,
Okay. You
And
do
I don't
the
remember-
lead.
I don't remember which was the last game that on the first night.
I believe it's
Was it the Jazz
I,
or the Pelicans? No, the Pelicans played that night.
yes.
Okay, so they're game 4.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're going to start with Washington, Toronto.
Yep.
Okay. So Washington visited Toronto and they lost 106 to 114. This is the first time in 11 attempts that Toronto has won the first game of a playoff series.
They
correct?
have finally got the monkey off their back.
Yes. Now, and this is the season to do it because all season long, everybody's been doubting them and they've been proving people wrong. This is their best record in franchise history, if I'm correct.
Yep.
They finished with 58 wins.
59.
59.
The Heat spoiled the 60th.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that is right. What was that one player went out for 8 3-pointers?
Wayne Ellington.
Yes,
I'm
okay.
not gonna lie. I really wanted the Heat once the Wizards game was over and Wizards lost. I wanted the Heat to throw the game in overtime and have an easier matchup with the Celtics. But we'll discuss why that might not have been the best route long term later.
Yeah, and I also want to point this out. Now this leaves room for next year for Toronto to improve even more to have their first 60-win season.
Oh yeah.
So, and depending how they play in the playoffs, this might give them a playoff boost for next year.
Absolutely. I'm telling you, once they got this monkey off their back, it's like the first few years when DeRozan and Lowry both played like shit, and then they got that monkey off their back where they finally performed in the playoffs. It was all uphill from there. I believe this is another momentum builder for the Raptors franchise.
But let's point out, though, Ibaka was the only starter who lived up to the hype, where it was the bench that pulled them out in this game.
Yep, DeRozan didn't get hot until the third quarter. He ended up with 17 and 6. Not big numbers considering what we've seen him do all season.
Yes,
and Lowry,
MVP candidate season.
Yep, Lowry the entire game struggled. He ended up with 11 points, 3 rebounds, and 9 assists, but on 5 turnovers. So Lowry continues to be unproven in the playoffs.
And to go off of that, last season is where his playoff slump really picked up, where he was just. I think last season was his best regular season, and then all of a sudden he went into the postseason and just.
I remember that. Yeah. No, because I was thinking 2 years ago when before Lowry used to get hot in the playoffs, when they really struggled against the Pacers.
Yeah.
Which they shouldn't have, and then they went to Miami. Or to that Miami series, and then once Lowry hit that game winner, that one buzzer beater to go into overtime. Ever since that buzzer beater, Lowry had an amazing series against Miami.
Yeah, and wasn't last season the first season he slimmed down, or was that 2 years ago?
I think it was 2 years ago.
Oh, okay,
but he continues to slim down.
No, and yeah.
With all that, no. So the Wizards, they lost. I think they really wanted this matchup, knowing the Raptors' history.
Because 2 or 3 years ago, they actually beat the Raptors.
Swept them.
Yeah.
So I think the Wizards were going too much off of history, and they might have gotten more than they bargained for wanting this matchup. The Raptors, I know I've been saying it a lot, that they need to prove themselves, but if someone's going to dethrone the Raptors for
it's not going to be the Wizards.
It's not the Wizards.
Because the Wizards have been struggling this entire year.
Yeah. You can't have a team that's struggling try to knock down a team that's hot, regardless of how much they struggle in the playoffs. It's not the Wizards.
How do you feel about Wall and Bill's chemistry? Because it still looks off.
Yeah. I mean, individually, Beal didn't do too much, but Wall had 23, 3 and 15. Morris 22, 11 and 6.
He balled out.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was not expecting Morris to do that. I thought it was going to be Wall and Beal, but yeah.
Okay, so you have any thoughts about that?
I think this is going to go as far as 5.
You think it's over in 5?
I think it's over in 5, but I did put a little note here. If the Raptors start 2-0,
okay,
it's out in 5. If it goes 1-1, 6.
I feel like if it goes 1-1, it's going 7 games.
7?
Yes,
that's respectable. I can see that. The Raptors, they struggle when they shouldn't, so I could see it going to 7, but I could also see it going as low as 5. I have the Wizards will win 1 game.
I agree with that. My only worry, they did not finish strong. And they looked like the typical Raptors, which somewhat scares me.
Yeah.
So I don't have my full confidence. I believe 5, but my brain is saying 7.
I'll give this credit though. they finished the game.
Yes.
Right? Like, they came up when it mattered. It was a close game all throughout, but
Yeah.
they won.
It was a tight game throughout.
Yeah.
Yeah, so... And once again, the best bench in the NBA showed up when they had to. And people say benches can't show up in the playoffs, and already proven that
They've
wrong.
already had the best bench all year.
Yeah. So let's see how that works out. And of course, if their starters actually show up with their bench doing what they're doing, this can be a dangerous team.
Yep.
Okay, so next...
So next, we did it out of order, but it was the first game of that day was the Warriors versus the Spurs, and that ended exactly like I think most people expected it to.
Yes. Most people should have expected it.
Yeah.
Because the Spurs ended the season hot, overachieving, while the Warriors, for the most part, after the All-Star break, were crashing and burning.
But, yeah, I think once the playoffs came along, that Warriors team, regardless of how they were playing, it was a different...
From the get-go, the Warriors were in command.
They set a tone.
Aldridge was the only player who scored double digits. He only had, I think, 15.
What? Gay had 15 and 6 as well.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. There was like 2 players with 15.
Okay.
But Gay had the most rebounds, so that's why I put him on there.
Okay.
Or
And then
assists.
Aldridge also had 15, but that
Yeah,
was...
Yeah.
It was Klay Thompson from the get-go was hot, 11 for 13, 5 for 6 from beyond the arc. And...
Yeah, he finished the game with 27, and KD was 24, 9 rebounds and 7 assists, almost a triple-double right there. He showed up when it mattered.
Yes.
I did not doubt the Warriors would win that game. I
you-
don't doubt they'll win the series either.
How many games?
5.
Okay. I think max is 5.
Yeah. Oh, no, they're not. Listen,
If Spurs lose game 3, this is a sweep.
yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, they can't. I really think that the Spurs can win one at home. If it takes Popovich getting himself in the game, he gonna pop a bitch. I told you I was gonna say
I didn't want you to say it.
You can't stop me.
No, it's not looking good. And I will say this. The Warriors, this might be the year where they just wanted to get to the playoffs. And this just like last year, how they didn't do the best entering the playoffs, and then they won the first, They won the first 12 games, all sweeps.
Yeah.
Last year.
Yep.
So, and when do the Warriors play the best? When everybody doubts them. Everybody's saying Curry is the man. Everybody's saying they can't do crap without Curry. And as Draymond Green said after the post game, everybody's doubting us, and this is when we play our best.
Yeah. Not in the regular season though. So far, since Kyle Lowry's been out, they have struggled big time.
You mean Curry?
Yeah.
What did I say? Kyle Lowry.
Did I really?
Yes, you
Ooh,
did.
why I'm off my game today.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
But also, we also need to remember when you know for a fact Curry's going to be out a certain amount of time, and these games really don't matter in terms of seedings because they already lost the number 1 seed, so they're probably thinking, okay, it doesn't even matter.
Is it crazy that if the Raptors and the Warriors meet in the finals, the Warriors will not have home court?
No, exactly.
Crazy.
Exactly. That's how many. Bro, I don't care what anybody says. This was a bad year. When they have the team they have and you don't even win at least 60.
Yeah. I think, you know what? I was talking to one of my coworkers about this. I think they're looking at LeBron and what he does every year, and I think they realize it's not worth going that hard all season. And then at the end, when you're this dominant, you don't need home court in every series.
And also, they went for it all to get 73 wins, and 1 injury and 1 freaking bad time play for a suspension derailed that perfect, what would have been the best season in NBA history.
We disagree about the suspension having that much momentum. But regardless, the point stands. I think, personally, they looked at the up-and-coming West, between the Wolves, OKC, the Rockets, and they might have thought it might not be worth risking an injury to go that hard all season long.
And don't forget, they always play the best when people doubt them. Because the first time they won the championship, people said it was lucky. And what did they do the next season? They won 73 games to prove a point, you know?
Okay. It's crazy. I like the playoffs this year, though. I have not one single sweep.
No, but forget even if there are sweeps, the matchups this year seem the best that we've had in at least 2 years.
You know, because they're competitive. Like, any given team can lose here. Minus, like, 2 or 3. But really, like, I keep telling people, upsets everywhere.
And let's be real, besides Boston...
upsets everywhere.
Okay, this is going to be... Okay, besides Boston, besides San Antonio, all the teams basically have all their players.
Yep.
In terms of, it's an even matchup.
Yeah, there's not a lot of injuries that you can... I mean,
I said Boston, I said San Antonio.
But...
like New Orleans...
Yeah, the Pelicans are missing Boogie.
But... because they don't have Boogie, it's a more even matchup with Portland. Because I think if they had Boogie, I would pick New Orleans without a doubt.
Oh, yeah.
But now it's like...
with Boogie, they probably wouldn't even be facing the Blazers. Or at least they wouldn't be on the road.
Yeah, they would be the home team in that series, you know? So there's that. Okay, do we want to move to that, or do we want to go back to the Philly game?
We'll go to, game 3.
Okay.
So the third game on Saturday was the Heat, my Heat, versus the Philadelphia 76ers.
And Philly.
Who are on fire right now. Miami Heat went into their house, and they effectively put us out.
Yeah. We do want to point out the first half was very competitive. At one point, the Heat, what was it, an 8-point lead?
12.
And that was off of a 20-4 run, which went from 8 down up to 12.
Yep.
But then ever since that, Philly got into their winning ways.
Yeah, we went into the half winning. We were up like 6 or 5 or something like that. We came out, and the first 3 possessions, I was watching a video earlier that exposed how Whiteside's defensive or lack of defensive awareness ended up causing that really hot. They started the quarter 11-0, I believe, and it was just downhill from that. Everybody got hot on the 76ers from 3. They made 18 3-pointers.
Yeah, and let's point out, I know people are going to give all the credit to Ben Simmons. JJ Redick over this 17-game winning streak has been phenomenal. He had 27 points this game.
Yep. 28.
28.
28. He made 4 3-pointers, I believe. 4 out of 7, 4 out of 8.
Okay.
Bellinelli had 25. Dario had 20. This was a well-rounded game by everybody on the 76ers.
Ben Simmons almost had a triple-double. He was 1 rebound away.
Yeah. One rebound. 17, 9, and 14 for a rookie. Listen, I don't like Ben Simmons a lot, but I give credit where credit is due.
Respect it.
The 76ers played an outstanding game. Absolutely the better team won. The Heat choked all around. Whiteside played 12 minutes and had 2 points.
What has happened to him this year?
I don't honestly, man.
Is it the money?
I think you know what it is. I think it's a combination of he got paid and now he can relax, or he feels like he can relax.
And that's never a good thing for a professional sports player.
No, especially on a Heat team that prides themselves on being competitive underdogs. You know, it's like it's a well-rounded effort. Kind of like what the 76ers are doing is what the Heat are known for doing. But I don't want to put all the blame on Whiteside because Dragic didn't show up. Nobody showed up. Pretty much the only player who came in thinking we're going to win this is Kelly Olynyk. He put up 26 points and 7 rebounds. The man was on a mission. But
he's been great this year. He's been and isn't he the guy who got the $1 million bonus because they made the playoffs and he did.
Yep, and he also got another bonus for playing a certain amount of minutes.
That's okay. Yep, that's what it was. Yep.
Regardless, with all this being said, is there anything I mean, the final score was 103 to 130.
Yeah, Philly
completely dismantled the Heat offense and defense.
I don't want to overreact to one game.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say. So, with all that being said, as I said the box score for the 76ers, I don't believe that this many players will have this good of a game. And they're not going to put up 18 3-pointers in every game. It's a best-of-7 series. I'm completely biased, but I believe the Heat will win it in 6 if they can manage to steal home court tonight.
Okay, my 3 points. First and foremost, audience members. He is strictly saying that partly because of his pride for the Heat. I just want to get that out there.
No, it's a veteran, well-coached team. I don't think
there is no way. There is no way
that they win the series.
Max, the series goes 6, and Philly wins in 6.
Bro, I don't think they're closing in Miami. They'll either close in 5 or in 7.
It's not going 7.
It's not going 5.
Bro, okay, we'll see tonight. We'll see how the game goes up. Honestly speaking, the Sixers completely overmatch the Heat in terms of talent, in terms
Absolutely.
in terms of play. The 76ers are an underrated 3-point team, and if they get Embiid back, that's just going to open the arc even more.
You know what? I don't necessarily agree with Embiid coming back being an even more dominant matchup. Embiid gets the best out of Whiteside every time. I think once Embiid is back, Whiteside will play with a bigger fire. He always does this.
Okay, I'm not saying that. I'm saying Embiid is another scorer you have to worry about.
Yeah.
So now, not only because Ben Simmons, people are only worried about him because he's able to get to the hole, right? So
Yeah.
now if you have him and Embiid together, you have to worry about two players in the paint, which opens up the arc even more. And if JJ Redick gets hot, if what's his name,
Bellinelli?
yeah, he's an underrated 3-point shooter. If they
Yeah.
get hot, that's the game.
Yeah. No, like I said, I want to believe that he can pull it in 6, but I have no doubt in my mind that if they win tonight, the series could be over in 5.
Yeah, I believe the Heat have too much experience and too much pride to get swept.
They're not getting swept. Absolutely not.
But I if I had to pick, my prediction is 5 games, Philly.
Okay.
It's just they're overmatched, bro.
Yeah.
And they don't have any momentum. They went into the playoffs struggling. And Philly's doing the complete opposite.
Yeah.
And
And Simmons came out hot. Honestly, one of my key things for thinking the Heat were going to steal game 1 was
Because he's a
pressure
rookie.
yeah, and all the pressure. But as we'll get into later, none of the rookies so far, at least in the top of the class, have been playing like rookies to start the playoffs. Anyways, next game up was the Pelicans and the. Anything you want to point out?
Oh, I just want to point out, so we already talked about this. The Spurs, this is their 21st year making the playoffs. Congrats. I just wanted to point that out. That's the second all-time, only behind the 76ers from 1950 to 1971. I just want to point that out, show some love.
Popovich is a genius.
He is, in my opinion, at least the second greatest coach, only behind Phil Jackson. But that's a topic for Sports from All Angles. Now let's get to what I said was hands down the best game of the night on Saturday.
Talking about this one?
Yeah, the Pelicans versus
Pelicans
the
and
Blazers.
That was great. That was an even game.
New Orleans went into Portland and pulled out a gutsy victory, 97-95, on the back of freaking
Anthony Davis?
Yes, AD.
35 and 14.
Yes.
Rondo, not a great game scoring, but 17 assists.
I just want to point this out. People forget this. Last year, the Bulls went into Boston and dominated the Celtics with Rondo. But he got injured at the very end of the game. The Celtics won 4 straight.
Yeah.
Rondo is a game changer in the playoffs. He has experience, he has championship pedigree, and he knows how to win. I am picking New Orleans in 6.
I'm picking them in 7.
7? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But everything you just said, I just want to point out about Rondo is why I don't count out the Heat yet. But anyways, we're back to the Blazers.
Okay, I know, but Rondo, because of his wingspan, because of his youth.
Yeah. No, I just meant like the whole about the experience and championship pedigree.
Yeah. But key difference, the Sixers won their game.
Yeah.
You know, so the Heat
But
are
it's
already
best
down.
of 7.
I know, but the Heat are already down 0-1. The Pelicans are up 1-0. You know.
Yeah.
I know you're.
Yeah. I absolutely have the Pelicans winning this matchup, but I have them doing it in 7. Just because between Lillard and McCollum, Lillard 18 points on 6 of 23 shooting, bad night. McCallum had 19, but 19 or 14, 19. Yeah.
But I feel like Lillard is going to go off game 2.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like he's not going down easy, so that's why I have him putting up a fight. And Pelicans, I think they'll win in 7, but it'll be a very close 7 because they're playing on the road if they play game 7.
Do you think that's the series of the first round? Because I think that is
like the best series?
In terms, I think that's going to be the most entertaining and the tightest.
The tightest, absolutely. I don't see any other series really.
Maybe the OKC Utah, which we're going to talk about for the Sunday matchups.
I have a different.
Okay.
Outcome for that one, but okay.
Do you want to say anything else about Saturday?
No, that was a great start to the playoffs.
Yeah, I would say everything was predicted.
Yeah, I think for the most part, I think everybody. I honestly though I had the Blazers winning game 1. I thought they were going to.
But did you think that was not going to be a tight game? I thought from the get-go that was going to be the toughest matchup.
And obviously, I had the Heat winning game 1. I thought it was going to be close, but whoop. We can all be wrong.
Okay, now going to Sunday matchup. What's the first game? Because
I have no idea what the first game was.
Because ESPN had Boston.
I could find out right now.
Okay. So
we can go in that order.
Yeah. As he's looking this up, sorry, we apologize about not having that. I just want to talk about how Mitchell became.
Oh, he broke the record for most 3-pointers by a rookie.
He broke actually Damian Lillard's record that was set 5 or 6 years ago. He set the record with 186 threes, so we want to give props to that. Another notch into the Rookie of the Year campaign.
Yeah. It's not even close. Anyways, so look, I got the info right here. The first game was the Bucks and the
Boston
Celtics.
Yeah, Celtics. Milwaukee went to Boston.
Yep.
And they overtime game. This was second for the best game of.
Did you see the ending of that game?
Yes, bro.
93-93. Celtics hit a 3 with 0.5 seconds left.
Yeah.
And then the Bucks take it to overtime.
How?
Wow. For a first game of a playoffs, beautiful. That's what I want all these series to go like.
And I want to say this is a perfect example of why I now believe Brad Stevens. Well, a couple weeks ago, I switched my Coach of the Year pick. Brad Stevens is Coach of the Year.
I still think Dwayne Casey, especially if he ends up coming out of this series in 5. I still think it will have a lot to do with the second round. Assuming the Cavs
Casey
and the Raptors both come out of the first round, it will be a Raptors and Cavs matchup, and I think that will have a lot of impact on.
But all the votes are already in.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Casey's winning it.
No, but I know. But what's the Houston Rockets coach?
Shit.
Yeah. He won last year, and I don't think
D'Antoni.
Yeah, I don't think he deserved it last year.
Nah.
I think Stevens deserved it last year, and I would have been happy giving Casey it. Okay, whatever. We're getting off point. This was the second most thrilling game of the first games for the postseason, in my opinion. It went into overtime. Everybody showed up that you thought was going to show up, and then Boston had some key people that you.
Yeah. This was an amazing game all around for the Celtics.
Be honest, man.
Listen, let's you know what? Let's start with the Bucks. Score sheet: Middleton 31, Giannis 35, 13, and 7.
It
went off.
I know people are saying Ben Simmons is the next LeBron James, but I can't remember the last time I've seen somebody who just dominates a game as easily as he does.
I think the difference is Ben Simmons really makes the whole team play better. Because he's not that much of a scorer, but he's in terms of rebounding and just the IQ of the game, his passes, I think is what make him improve the team on the floor. Whoever he's with on the floor is better when he's on the floor because of that.
I would love to see Ben Simmons do what he's doing on the Bucks. Philadelphia? No, I don't. People forget Philly has a great outside shooting team, and he has Embiid. Ben Simmons isn't even the best player on his team when his team is healthy. The Bucks have Middleton, they have Bledsoe, and then they have Antetokounmpo. And Bledsoe is not, he's out of his prime, and then Middleton is too on and off, in my opinion.
I think, okay, so I'm not saying that Simmons is better than Giannis. I just think Simmons makes players better. So, like, in terms of the comparison between Giannis and LeBron and Simmons and LeBron, I think in that aspect, Simmons is more like LeBron. He makes teammates better because he has more aspects to his game. But anyways, so let's go to the Celtics stat sheet.
Jaylen Brown.
Was much like the 76ers game, it was an all-around great effort.
Yes.
Jaylen, 20 points. That's a second-year player. Tatum,
Rookie.
19 and 10. Rookie. Horford, 24 and 12. I don't believe Horford is going to bail them out the whole series.
But he showed up when he had to.
He showed up game 1. Rozier, 23 points. And Morris, 21.
How many is that in 20 points?
That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And Jaylen was only 19, but he had 10 rebounds.
Yeah.
That's a rookie. This was an amazing game for the Celtics. I really thought the Celtics would go out in 4 or 5.
And for the most of the game, the Bucks had for me, most of the game, it felt like the Bucks were going to win. If you look at it, the Bucks were going to win, and in typical Brad Stevens fashion, they came back in the fourth quarter and won in overtime.
Yeah.
His coaching ability is phenomenal.
Celtics are a little underrated this year. Well, a lot of underrated, at least coming into these playoffs. I think everybody, including the Heat, right? My Heat, we all wanted kind of that Celtics matchup.
Yeah.
Just because of all the injuries.
He is the next Greg Popovich in terms of he gets the most out of every single player and he gets them to buy in. And you see it. We made a tweet a couple weeks ago. His team believes in his philosophy.
Yep.
He gets his team gritty. He gets his team committed, and they're devoted to whatever he is preaching. And it's a beautiful thing to watch. Now, of course, because of their talent, some days they do get blown out. But most of the time, when they're on, they are going to fight in every single game.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I had the Bucks winning in 4 or 5, but in my head it was never like a blowout because I don't believe the Bucks are that much better.
I had the Bucks winning in 5 or 6, and I believe it was going to be because they had the best player on both teams.
Yeah.
And I believe they were going to find
fair,
a way to win most of the time. But as all season long, the Celtics have been proving us and everybody wrong. And I would not be surprised if the Celtics, because of their experience, they have a lot more experience than the Bucks. They have an obvious coaching advantage.
Coaching advantage, yeah. You think the
They have a chance to win in 6.
You have the Celtics in 6?
Bro,
I have the Bucks in 6. And that's, I don't want to take any credit from the Celtics from what they've done or what I think they can do. I think it will be 6 competitive, close games. I just think the talent of Giannis, and their key players are more experienced than the Celtics' key players right now.
And the Bucks have more talent right now.
Yeah.
Right now. They have
right
more
now,
talent
yeah.
With the players playing.
Yeah. So outside of being outcoached, I don't see the Celtics coming out of this round.
Celtics in 6, bro. They're going to win game 1 and 2, lose 3 and 4. They're going to win game 5, and they're going to come out in Milwaukee with a game 6 victory.
You think they'll lose the first 2 and win the next 2?
No. They're going to win the first 2, lose the next 2.
Yeah, because they won the first one. Yeah.
And then they're going to win the next 2 after that.
Sorry, I have to go back to when I started we're talking about the Heat, why I think everybody wanted that 7th seed, but Miami decided to win their game against the Raptors, try to win. I think the Heat genuinely believed that they were going to beat the 76ers. And assuming that the Bucks beat the Celtics, which is what I think everyone has, the Heat would have home court. So that might have been why they were thinking long term. Just going back to what I said earlier that we would touch back on.
Now looking at these matchups, I believe the Bucks would have had a better chance against Philly, and Miami would have had a better chance against the Celtics.
I agree. But I think the Heat were looking at if they played the Celtics in the first round and they would have won like they believe they would have, they would have had, I think the 76ers would completely outmatch the Bucks, and then we would have had to face, and now a 76ers team that was not only hot, but now has a series under their belt.
Yeah.
So if we're going to go out anyways, I think they wanted the 76ers, knock them out before they get hot.
Okay. Let's talk about what I believe was the most surprising game of the first 2 nights of the playoffs.
Oh, I think everyone can agree on this one.
Okay, let's just build this up, bro. Can I build this up for you?
Yeah.
For the audience? Okay.
Without mentioning names, I want you to give me hints that build this up. Without mentioning names of players and teams.
Okay, this team... Oh, I got you. Okay, this team, led by this player...
Yep.
...has won 20... No, well, this player has led his team to 21 straight first round game wins.
Yep.
The last time he lost was 2012.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
Make this even more impressive. This player is 12-0 in game 1s of the first round. He has the best record in the first game of the first round of any player in NBA history. He's never lost the first game, bro. So 21 straight games, 12-0 in the first in the first game of the first round, right? This is a cakewalk, right?
Bro, not only that, this certain player's team at no point held the lead in this game.
Yes. From the get-go, at home.
At home.
This team is playing at home.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, which team are we talking about, Sebastian?
LeBron James' Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yes.
They didn't just lose. They lost wire to wire by 18 points. Remember, we kept saying the
Most of the game
maker is going to be Oladipo. 32 points. Almost single-handedly.
If you guys watched our Sports from All Angles episode about our predictions for the awards, hands down, not even close, the most improved player of the year
was, Victor Oladipo.
Yes.
And he went off.
Bro, and you know what was so impressive? He dominated the game in all aspects. Defensively, offensively, inside the glass, outside the arc.
He was on fire. He was a man on a mission. LeBron James, on the other hand, 24 points, 10 rebounds, 12 assists, another triple-double. This loss is not on LeBron James. I want to stress that.
Since we're talking about LeBron James, quick sidetrack. This is the first year he's played a full 82-game season.
Yep.
In his
15th season.
Yes.
Averaging a triple-double since February.
Yeah, he averaged a triple-double for nearly 2 full months in the regular season, which... no matter who you are, that is impressive nonetheless.
He's played with essentially 2 different lineups.
Yeah, did you hear about that stat where he's had like over 20 different combination of players in a lineup he's played with? And also, he set the record for his 10th divisional title. 10th straight divisional title.
I didn't even know that one.
Yeah,
wow.
he broke a record with Cooper and Magic Johnson with the Lakers, where they had 9 straight. So I just want to put that... So everything is pointing. And by the way, Cleveland and the Heat, well, LeBron James' team have owned the Pacers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there were some years where they had like close series, but the Heat were just clearly the better team. They had the more talent, better coach. Also, the Pacers were on the road. There's one thing I want to say.
Yeah, this is playing in Cleveland.
Yeah. No, and all credit to LeBron James. What we were talking about earlier. He still led this team of different rosters, of different combinations of rosters throughout this year to 50 wins.
This, hands down, was a more impressive year than last year because they only won 50 last year with a healthy Kevin Love and a healthy Kyrie Irving.
Yeah. If LeBron James doesn't win MVP, throw out the whole award.
Yeah. Quick sidetrack again. ESPN actually put out their predictions. They said the players that were going to win. Spot on with what we said. When it came to everybody we said who was going to win, from Harden to Casey to Gobert for the Defensive Player of the Year, we nailed it. But they confused 2 words. They said who should win the award and who would win, right? Mm-hmm. Those players should not win the award. They will win it. You know the difference?
Yeah.
Like how they said Ben Simmons is the Rookie of the Year, and he said he should win it. No, he should not win it.
He will win it, but he should not win it.
Yes.
The only lock in those awards, I believe,
is Defensive Player of the Year and Most Improved.
Yeah. Everything after that. I mean,
you can't argue.
I still think the Win Casey is a clear favorite, but I could see him.
You could see Stevens.
I could see an upset in that.
Yeah. No, most definitely.
Yeah. So, regardless of all that happened in the most unbelievable
game.
Yeah, literally
Shocking.
Unbelievable. Because I don't think anybody, if you would have said, anybody that watches basketball and knows basketball, I don't think you would have looked at them and said the Pacers will win game 1 on the road, lead the entire time, and win by 18.
Yeah, there's some crazy stat.
Nobody.
As you said, they led the entire game. I believe of the 48 minutes, at least 32, 34 minutes, they led by double digits.
Yep. No.
Nearly half the game, they led by over 15.
They started the game, I believe, 14 to 30 something. They were down 14 in the first. They were what was it? It was a crazy first quarter.
Yeah. Then
LeBron James went scoreless in the first quarter.
Yeah.
33 and 14
in the first quarter. Yeah. So they led for basically a half, over 15 points.
Yeah.
And it was just Oladipo. I would want to play with him as a role player. Like, for the future to come, you know?
Yeah. What we were talking about earlier. There's a lot of teams that have a not necessarily a superstar, but enough talent that they don't need superstars to get them over the edge. They just need the right kind of role player.
Yeah.
With that being said, what's your prediction for the series?
Okay. We didn't have an episode last week. My prediction was I would not be surprised if the Pacers won in 7, okay?
Okay. On the road.
Yes. Yeah. My brain is still telling me Cleveland is going to win this in 6.
It's so hard to get to bet against LeBron, isn't it?
That's the thing. For some reason, this is giving me deja vu of when the Magic upset LeBron James in the conference finals, game 1, and they won in 5 games, I believe. I'm picking the Pacers in 6.
I have the Cavs in 6.
I know. I said my brain is saying Cavs in 6.
Yeah.
I
You know what? It's gonna be one of the most underrated series. I think nobody thought this was gonna be as close as it so far as it's been pretty one sided, but it's only one game.
Bro,
Best of 7.
I know we can't bet against James, but Oladipo has been playing like this. His game was not shocking. He's been playing like this all year long. When I watched the second half and I saw highlights of the first half, he was a man on a mission, bro, and I would not want to bet against that either.
Yeah. It'll be a competitive series. I don't think it's gonna be. If it ends, you say in 6 one team, I say 6 in another. I don't think it's gonna be dominating 6 games for any team.
No, but I have a feeling that most of the games, teams are going to be blowing out the other team.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, I think this trend is going to continue.
We'll see. I hope so. It'll make for. I don't want every series to go in blowouts. I don't see a lot of series going in blowouts, but you know what? I think if it's going to be any of them, I could see this one.
Okay, the next series is the Utah visiting OKC.
Yeah.
The Jazz visiting the Thunder.
The Thunder, yep.
Before we go into anything, just want to mention Westbrook led the league in assists this year.
Again?
No. He didn't lead last year.
Oh, no, I was just thinking like average a triple-double.
He averaged a triple-double. First player ever to average a triple-double in multiple seasons, let alone back-to-back seasons.
Yeah.
As you said, you think he's a stat stuffer.
Yeah. The man needed 16 rebounds in the last game to achieve this, right?
Yeah, and he got 20.
He got 20. You know how many points he put up? 6.
But he had what, 17, 18 assists?
That's what I'm saying. So you know what that tells me? I think if I'm just trying to get in his head right now. You need 14 and you get 20 and 19 assists and only put up 6 points.
19. Yes, it was
he
19.
He went
assists.
into this game, I think, saying, I'm going to get my rebounds, and I'm going to do this by dishing out all the assists I can get and getting all the rebounds.
But he could have had a triple-double, and he forgoed it.
But he needed 14 rebounds, and you can't risk that shit if you're going to go out shooting.
I know, bro. I'm just, as he said in a press conference, you need the talent to accomplish these stats.
What do you say? If you're not going to get it, I'm going to get them. If you don't want them, I'll get them. Something along those lines. Did you see the video of him boxing out Melo, though?
Yeah. But Melo's never been a rebounder to start with.
It doesn't matter. He boxed out his own teammate. I know he didn't see him coming.
Okay. Anyways, first player ever to lead the league in scoring 1 year, and then the following year lead the league in assists. Just want to mention that. He is an all-time great player. He has that Kobe mentality. And now leading to this game, who did you predict to win?
The Thunder.
Yeah. And
I think this is going to be one
Utah's
of those,
overmatched.
Yeah, I think this is one of those series that, you know what? I all love to Donovan Mitchell, 27 and 10. Again, another rookie just putting on a show, making everybody else look terrible.
You know he set a record, right? He became the first rookie since LeBron to put up 25-plus points and 10 rebounds.
Wow.
And
it was not like it's a blowout. They only lost by, what, 8 points?
Yeah.
George had 36 and 7. Melo 15. Westbrook 29, 13 and 8. Almost a triple double again.
Yeah.
I don't think this series. I think this is going to be one of the more lopsided series, in my opinion.
This is a perfect example. Utah is just overmatched.
Yeah.
They're like that. They're the Boston of the West. They overachieved the regular season, and when you overachieve in the regular season, you go into the playoffs. Talent, 99% of the time wins.
Just look at who they have, right? The Thunder between George,
Adams?
Melo, Westbrook, and Adams. The Jazz really only have, Donovan Mitchell and Gobert is a defensive player. He's not gonna do shit offensively. So I have this being a short series. OKC in 5.
OKC in 5. Utah has too much pride to get swept.
Yeah.
And I believe they will pull out at least a victory in Utah. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes 6, though.
Yeah.
But max is 6.
Yeah, I honestly 5 is the most for me.
Okay.
I don't see it.
Now, the last game of the series, the last game of Sunday night was Minnesota and Houston.
Yeah, this will conclude all the game ones for both days. Minnesota Timberwolves, who got into the playoffs the last day
against the Nuggets, which
on a very close game. They
went into overtime.
They wanted to be dramatic as fucking. My God, did they do it?
Bro, Minnesota is just so disappointing, bro.
Yeah, honestly, I think I didn't think they were gonna click together because it's a lot of new players.
But bro, it's just
I didn't think they were. Let me finish. Sorry.
Okay. No.
That sounded rude as hell.
No.
Hold on. I didn't think they were gonna click that quick, but I didn't think it would take them this long either.
No, and they're still not. We're talking about talent here.
Yeah.
They have 3 legitimate all-stars with a legit solid Jeff Teague point guard.
They have what's his face coming off the bench from the Clippers. Crawford coming off the bench. One of the best 6 men, has won the 6 man of the year multiple times. You have Thibodeau as your coach.
And where's the defense, bro? Bro, I watched the second quarter and the fourth quarter. James Harden is a talented player, right?
44 points.
44 points, 8 assists. He balled.
Yeah.
And a very efficient game. But, bro, how he was setting up other teammates is just... Like, there's this one play where he throws a lob to their center, Capella, but when it happens, bro, Towns doesn't even jump.
Towns had a terrible game. Actually, he had 8 points? I don't honestly. I'll verify, but I was not expecting that.
No, all around it was terrible. It was inefficient. His defense was. How many was it?
Oh shit, that's the wrong game. Let me just pull this up here.
It was closer than I expected, though. I was not expecting it to be a 3-point game, even though it was basically over, and then Minnesota got it close at the end.
40 minutes, 8 points, 12 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block.
What was the field goal thing?
33%, 3 of 9. He didn't attempt too many. He went 0 for 2 from 3 points, 2 turnovers, 2 fouls, so it's not foul trouble.
No.
Jimmy Butler, 36 minutes, 13 points. Wiggins, 18, their best player.
They were in this game because of their bench.
Yeah. Jeff Teague, 15. Crawford, 15. Derrick Rose. Actually, that was the guy I put as the most impressive for this team, just because it's Rose, right? Yeah. A lot of people look at him and
bench,
think...
though.
Yeah, and a lot of people... Yeah, that's the thing. He had more points than everybody except Wiggins.
Yeah.
But he played 10 minutes less than Wiggins.
Yeah. No, it was. We're talking. What was that one team that we said their stars completely underachieved? Oh, San Antonio, where like everybody was terrible, and then Toronto, but their bench pulled off the victory. You know,
they're lucky because Larry did not. Oh
yeah. No, but bro, Minnesota is just, if your stars don't show up, they have no shot in this series.
Yeah,
no shot. And then Harden puts up 44.
Clint Capella put up 24. CP3, 14. This game, listen, the final score, 101-104.
It wasn't that close.
It's very deceiving.
Yes.
Rockets in 5.
Bro, you remember how we were talking, getting the stats together, how some of these scores are deceiving? Like, what was it? What was that example I used? Like, Minnesota was in the game for most of the game, but I was never worried one bit. Yet Philly completely dominated Miami. Yet for the first half, I honestly believed Miami had a shot.
Yeah.
Even though the scores, you would think the complete opposite, bro. I am not scared of Minnesota, and that Thibodeau needs to be... I think he's on the hot seat, bro. If they lose in 5 games or less, he's on the hot seat next year. Because this...
Yeah.
Bro, Capella puts up 24 points.
I mean, not only that, man. Like, you're an experienced coach. You have a great team. You play your starters to the limit. 40 minutes. And Thibodeau's known for pushing his players to play long minutes.
But what's the problem? Because every year he was with Chicago, in my opinion, with the talent he had, Chicago always overachieved.
You think so?
Yeah, because remember how basically every year he never had Derrick Rose, and then he always had at least another player getting injured, and that was before Butler was who we know Butler is.
Yeah.
Every year they overachieved. Every year he got into the playoffs. He was the Brad Stevens before Brad Stevens, in terms of overachieving with less talent. And you get a team this stacked.
Do you think it was a conference?
But bro, did he change, or are his players, are Towns and Wiggins just stat stuffers, bro? Because we're talking about the Greek Freak, how he doesn't bring victories to his team. He's a great player, but while LeBron James, he finds ways to win, right?
Yeah.
Is this just a mentality thing for his players, or is it him?
You know what? Maybe I want to say this is like the Clippers, right? With all the talent, it got to the point where there was a time where I said it's time to start looking at the coaching, because maybe the coaching is a problem. And a lot of people looked at me like, what's their coach's name?
Doc Rivers.
But
he overachieved this year.
Whenever I would say maybe it's time to look at the coaching, everybody would look at me and say Doc Rivers is a proven coach. He's an elite coach. He has won titles. Blah 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 blah. Say all this. Pull out the resume.
Yeah.
But maybe, just maybe, certain coaches just can't do it with certain teams. Maybe it's the Eagles. Maybe you just didn't know how to control these Eagles. Maybe they were too young. I don't think, honestly, it's the talent. The talent is there. Just like
maybe
with the Clippers,
it's a combination, bro.
But I don't know, man. With the Clippers, the talent was there too. The Clippers did a lot better than the Wolves with their talent, but maybe it's the coaching.
Yeah, but Doc Rivers with Boston went to 2 championships, bro. And when he gets with Chris Paul and Blake Griffins isn't doing jack squat for Detroit. And yes, Chris Paul is doing great with Houston, but let's see how far they go into the playoffs. Because
I think there's more to this Blake Griffin thing than he just not being as good as he looked on the Clippers. I think the combination of just being traded to a non-playoff team, a lottery team at this point, right?
Yeah.
They're not. Yeah. They don't have really any future unless they completely find a way to magically rearrange themselves and put themselves into some kind of contention. They're not doing anything, and I think that's discouraging for Blake Griffin, which I think has a lot to do with how they came in. When he came in, they started hot, won like 8 in a row, I believe, and then they just
5 in a row.
Apart. 5 in a row.
Yeah.
Still impressive, and then just fall apart.
Okay, to end this, I just want to say, besides the Cleveland game, I'm not surprised by any game.
Yeah. For the most part.
Well, New Orleans, even though they won, we didn't predict them to win. I'm not surprised by it.
Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah. I had the Heat winning game 1 just because the inexperience versus experience.
Yeah. But
even if I did concede to them losing, I didn't think it was going to be by 27. So, yeah, other than that game personally.
Okay.
But then I think unanimously the Pacers versus the Cavs was the most shocking.
But I want to say this, that score is a little deceiving. Just like
Pacers and Cavs?
No, the Philly and Miami.
Oh.
I believe the score is deceiving, while at the same time Houston and Minnesota's score is deceiving. It was never that close.
Yeah.
You know those games where like it is close score-wise, but the feel of the game, it never is.
Yeah. So you're saying that with the 76ers and Heat, it was closer than the score says?
Yes.
At least for the first half, yeah. The second half was just...
But you take away the third quarter, it's really... Third quarter, for whatever, they just blew up, you know? And Indiana, I actually think that score is also deceiving because I think Indiana should have won by more.
That's 18 against the
I know, but
LeBron James.
Don't forget that like it was 5 minutes at the end of the third quarter and the first 5 minutes in the fourth quarter. Cleveland got to single digits, and then it kind of slowly went away. I think Indiana dominated Cleveland more than just 18 points. You know what I'm saying? I know it's a LeBron James team.
But so hard. It's just so hard, man. Anyways, let's recap here the predictions. Spurs and Warriors. I have the Warriors in 5. Just go through the list.
Okay. Sweep.
Yeah. Wizards and Raptors. I got the Raptors in 5 if they start 2-0.
I have Raptors in 6.
Pelicans and Blazers. I have the Pelicans in 7.
Pelicans. You have Pelicans in 7 now?
Yeah. No, that's what I said earlier. Yeah, Pelicans in 7.
Pelicans 7.
Bucks and Celtics. I have the Bucks in 6.
Boston is 6. I'm going to stick with that.
Pacers and Cavs. Cavs in 6.
Pacers in 6.
All the underdogs. Wow. Okay, Jazz and Thunder. OKC in 5.
OKC in 5. And then
Rockets and Wolves. I have the Rockets in 5.
Yeah, Rockets in 5.
And Heat and 76ers. I have the Heat in 6 at home.
I have Philly in 5.
All right. Well, we shall see
Next week.
next week. Yes, we will update some of these series might be over by next week.
No, yeah, especially with some of my predictions. They should be over.
Yeah.
Well, if you guys don't know, I'm a ballsy man.
Yeah.
You make prediction with your balls or just go home. You know?
See, I always do it in my heart. That's why I lose bets with my girlfriend. I never bet against LeBron, so he hasn't been winning me too much.
Normally, I go with my brain. You know me. I'm very,
Yeah.
yeah, whatever the word is. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, what are you trying to say? I thought I did, but now I don't know if I know.
I'm very calculated.
Calculated, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys know I'm terrible with words. But I'm going with my heart with the Pacers, bro. I'm so sick. I just want LeBron James to lose in the first round for the first time ever.
Ah, man.
He's not staying in Cleveland.
For the most
if
part,
he loses.
all my predictions, I'm going with my brain, except the Heat. I'm going with my heart.
Okay, so we're even.
And the
We're
Cavs, as good as Oladipo's playing, I think this time, even with LeBron James, it's not my heart. I'm going with my brain. I think Cavs in 6.
Okay. And I agree. Cavs in 6, but I'm going with my heart because I'm like LeBron James. Just leave Cleveland. Just leave Cleveland.
Where's he gonna go, bro?
He might go to Philly, bro.
Oh no, man! Listen, if I was talking to this with some people, if LeBron James stays in the East, more specifically Cleveland, you're gonna have, because he's gonna reload. We'll have a Toronto. Fully healthy Celtics will be another contender. The up-and-coming 76ers.
So you want him to go to the West?
No, I want him to stay in Cleveland because now you'll have
more competitive
Cleveland,
East.
Toronto, Boston, the 76ers. Those are 4 teams right there that should scare the shit out of the top 4 teams in the West as well.
Yeah.
They're at least good enough to compete with them and not be a sweep when they eventually meet.
In my opinion, if San Antonio had a healthy Kawhi Leonard, the 3 best teams in the league would be in the West. That's just my opinion.
More superstars need to go east.
Okay.
I will end with that.
Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for having this is my opinion, the best sports video we've done. We're just firing on all cylinders.
A lot of predictions,
yes. Sebastian needs to work on his ums, but that's okay.
But why?
Thank you guys. We hope you enjoy this. We're actually he actually has to go on a dinner date, but Miami and Philly are going to be playing, and then San Antonio and Golden State are going to be playing. So we're going to see how that works out, if that proves or agrees with our predictions. But in the meantime, we're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. If you like this video, give us that thumbs up. If you like or love our personalities, why don't you come and subscribe? Watch other videos.
Slide in the DMs, bro. I mean, girls. I just meant bro. Like,
we got it.
Yo, listen. Little footnote here. When this episode airs, some of the game 2s might have already finished or be in process.
Yes.
So keep that in mind.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna try to get out tonight.
The game should definitely be over by then.
Yes. Yes. The first 2 game 2s will be over.
There's only 2 games tonight.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think they're doing that because it's a weekday though.
Yeah.
But and leave us comments. Let us know how you felt about these first games. Is this what you predicted? Did it go against what you predicted?
Yeah, I want to know your predictions. Come on.
Yes. And like always, give us some feedback. Let us know what we can improve. And let us know any future topics for sports from all angles. But if, Sebastian, you have anything else to say?
Nah.
Okay.
I mean, this... I usually, if we made any mistakes, keep it to yourself, whatever. What mistakes can we make? This is all predictions. The rest, the stat sheets are right there. We can't make mistakes in that. Go fuck yourself.
In typical Sebastian fashion.
Let's go Heat.
But
Heat in 7. I'm just playing. 5.
It's the NBA playoffs, bro.
Yeah, what a time.
Yo,
what a time.
And I can't...
Best time of the year.
just from a matchup perspective, beautiful. Beautiful. This is what sports is all about. This is what
competitive on both sides.
Yeah.
I like this. There's
Yes.
not a lot of series in here that I could be like, oh, there's a definite.
Honestly, bro, the most disappointing non-competitive series might be what could have been the most Golden State and San Antonio.
Yeah, man. If it wasn't for injuries, that could have been a fun one.
Yeah.
But then again, if it wasn't for injuries, those two wouldn't have matched up.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't have matched up until at least the second round.
Yeah.
But anyways, have a great night. If you're in Buffalo, New York, be safe. If you're in Ontario, be even more safe.
Cadoodle. Is that right?
Cadoodle.
What was that say?
Yeah.
That was the word?
Yeah, cadoodle.
I thought it was cadoncle or something like that. I was like, I think it's cadoodle.
No. It is
Cadaddle.
cadoodle.
It was cadaddle what you
but
said.
I messed up and said cadaddle.
Cadaddle.
You know, it's also caboodle.
What the fuck is caboodle?
Bro, we need to pick one. Like, I get cadoodle, you get caboodle. Anyways,
Cadoodle caboodle.
ladies and gentlemen, we're going to end this show with a cadoodle
Cadaddle.
and a caboodle. But see you next week. If you want to subscribe, just hit this bad boy up here, that big fat rhino. If you want the newest video, to the right. If you want the recommended, to the left. And then, of course, our personal dick pic. Yep, right below. So thank you for joining us once again, and we hope to see you next week. So peace out.
Peace.